forever. Ayy, I'm fly forever, we real as it get. Never say never, we know for them hits. Feeling that weather you put on your fit. Y'all fly forever, go get you the drip. Y'all fly forever, we real as it get. Never say never, we know for them hits.
Fanatical Massholes, your boy Mizzo, down solo. You know how we doing this show. Show's for the fanatics, by a fellow fanatic. You know what we do. Give our sports rants, our unedited opinion on this week's sports. You know, so before we get into all that, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Big Belly Barbecue, Timothy Brunfield, hit them up. They're gonna get a plate, whether it's lamb, got lobster. I always say the same thing, but he's got a big menu. Like I said, hit him up on Facebook, on Instagram. Timothy Brunfield on Facebook, Fatboy508 on Instagram. He'll take care of you. Also caters. So if you're looking to get an event done in style with all the fine delicacies, hit my man Timothy Brunfield up. Also, if you're looking to get some gear, set your kids up nice, have your kids going out looking stylish, go check my man C's Black, aka Charles Price, Young Fly Forever. He's got a store out on Southbridge. He also got a website, www.youngflyforever.com. So hit them up. Support, and they're local too, so both of those guys. So support local business. You know how we do. And always like, subscribe, share, comment, support the movement. All right, let's get into it. Thursday night football. Another snore fest. 2016 Steelers come out on top. I mean, my biggest takeaways from this is that Will Levis, second start, you had him dropping back damn near 40 times. So he went 22 of 39, no touchdowns and a pick, 262 yards. But his pass rate was only 66. As opposed to Kenny Pickett, he threw 30 times, 19 for 30, but he did throw a touchdown, only 160 yards, 88.2. I mean, listen, the formula, man, you can't throw a lot of passes. You can't be dropping back 40 times. I just don't think they win. Trust me. Next show, I'm gonna have the stats ready to go for y'all as far as quarterbacks. I'm gonna clock it this week, and I'm gonna look at all the stats of the quarterbacks who dropped back 40 or more times to see what their record was. I guarantee it's gonna be below 500. Guarantee. All right, but anyway, continuing on with the game. Yeah, it basically came down more to the running game. Jalen Warren had 11 yards, 11 carries for 88 yards. Najee Harris chipped in with 16 rushes for 69 yards and a touchdown. Deontay Johnson, Steelers, he had 7 catches, 90 yards and a touchdown. The biggest story, Kenny Pickett only had 2 catches for -1 yards. You got to get Kenny Pickett the ball. You got to figure out how to get Kenny Pickens. I'm sorry. You got to George Pickens. I'm bugging out. Kenny Pickett's quarterback. You got to figure out get George Pickens the ball. 2 catches for -1 yards. Man, that's crazy. You know, on Tennessee side, I mean, D-Hop only had 4 catches for 60 yards. I mean, again, I don't know how many times you targeted him, but you got to try to find a way to get him more involved. Derrick Henry, he did have 17 rushes, 75 yards, and a touchdown. I think they should have ran the ball a little bit more. Maybe gave him 25 carries. You know, like I said, putting the ball in a young quarterback's hands, a rookie at that, his second start, 40 times. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's not a recipe for success. So yeah, my takeaways from that is, listen, you can't have your quarterback drop back that many times. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. They're not gonna win these games. I promise you that. They are just not. All right. So now, the games I'm looking forward. Let's switch gears now. As this upcoming weeks in college football, college and NFL football. Games I'm looking forward to in college. Missouri and Georgia. It's gonna be a big test for Georgia without Brock Bowers. Well, this kind of starts the gauntlet. I mean, they got Tennessee coming up as well at the end of this month, and obviously they get to the SEC championship game. It's either going to be Alabama, LSU. So yeah, this kind of start. This is going to validate them being number 1, number 2 ranked team, because a lot of people basically been saying all year Georgia hasn't played anybody, but plays on your schedule. Again, I've been giving them hell the whole season. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's the game I'm looking forward to. Pardon me. Another game looking forward to, USC and Washington. USC has a chance to play spoiler. Again, I don't think they're going to even go into a New Year's 6 bowl game, let alone the college football playoff. This is their chance right now to spoil somebody's dreams. And up next is Washington. You know, so yeah, if USC could do that, that'll be big for them. And that'll probably get Caleb Williams back into the Heisman race. I think right now it's Michael Penix Jr.'s to lose, but we'll see. So that's a big game I'm looking forward to. The last game I'm looking forward to, Alabama, LSU, which spoke about it. Alabama can still make the college football playoff, and it starts this week. They beat LSU. I think they got a couple more tough games. Obviously, the Iron Bowl, Auburn, and then again, if you beat Georgia in the SEC championship game, Alabama's going to the playoff. Alabama's going to the playoff, unless you got a bunch of undefeated teams ahead of them. But even then, Alabama still might be able to get in. So that's a game I'm looking forward to. All right, now let's get to my locks. College football. I got Ohio State minus 18 against Rutgers. I got Kansas State +3 at Texas. I got Air Force minus 17 hosting Army. I got James Madison -5.5 at Georgia State. And I got Washington. We just talked about them. -2.5 at USC. I think Washington's going to get it done. I'm really feeling Washington, man. Like I said, I've been saying it for the past couple of weeks. I want to see Washington, Oregon again in the Pac-12 championship, and I actually hope they both get into the playoff. I think both those teams are that good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to those games. Those are my locks. Now let's switch gears to the NFL. Before I switch gears, let's talk about the trade deadline. Before I get into what the games I want to watch, actually, the trade deadline. So the trade deadline came and went. I mean, again, the NFL trading deadline is definitely not like the NBA trading deadline where there's a lot more excitement, a lot more use 3-team trades, and this person goes, and there's not really big blockbuster deals. But there were two kind of up there where obviously my team, the Commanders, they traded away their two bookend defensive ends. Well, you know what I'm saying? They're two defensive ends in Chase Young and Montez Sweat. Chase Young goes to the 49ers for a 2024 third round pick, and Montez Sweat goes to the Bears for a 2024 second round pick. Now, my opinion on this is I felt like they didn't want to get rid of both of them. They're saying ownership had a hand in it, and that might be true. But my opinion is I think they were willing to get rid of Chase Young because they didn't pick up his fifth-year option. And they only let him go for a third-round pick. He was a number 2 overall pick in the 2020 draft. And you get a third rounder for him? Chase Young was balling this year. He's balling this year. I mean, so yeah, I think they was willing to let him go. I think they wanted to keep Montez Sweat. It's just me. But listen, man, the Bears offer you a second round pick. You take that. I got it. Now the Commanders got 5 picks in the first 2 rounds. Okay, I see what you're trying to do, but I don't like. I feel like, and you feel like you're punting on a season, even though they're 3-5. Yes, you're punting on a season, and that just spells a lot more change. And hopefully they don't rebuild the whole thing because you can't sell that to Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Terry McLaurin. You can't sell that to them. You guys been there. You know what I'm saying? Going through it. Like, we can't do a full rebuild. They can't. Excuse me. I don't think they're gonna go through a full rebuild. So yeah, that's my takeaway from that. I think they didn't want to trade them both. They was either gonna be one or the other. One of them wasn't coming back. I think they probably wanted to keep Montez Sweat more than Chase Young. But again, second round pick, they took it. And also, but my sneaky pick, that the trade that I do like is Rasul Douglas going to the Bills. Good pickup. I don't think the Bills secondary is that good. Obviously you lose. I believe Jordan Poyer. You lost him for the season. So you pick up Rasul Douglas, cornerback from the Green Bay Packers. You get him, and you get a 2024 fifth round pick, and you send back to the Packers a 2024 third round pick. I like the move by the Bills. I like that move. Also, I like what the Seahawks did too, getting Leonard Williams. D-line help. They need that. And then so to go with that defense, with Bobby Wagner and them guys, yeah, it's gonna be a good. And what's my man's name? Jamal Adams and them guys, yeah. With Leonard Williams, it's gonna increase the pass rush. Seattle's defense, they're strengthening up their defense. They're making a hard run at this. I think Seattle can actually probably win this division because San Francisco hasn't looked that good. But now that they got Chase Young, we'll see. But yes, and the Giants get back a 2024 second round pick, a 2025 fifth round pick. I like what the Seahawks did there. Like what the Seahawks did there. So I think those two are my winners, the Seahawks and the Bills. Losers, obviously, the Commanders. You didn't win. I mean, yeah, I like the picks, but I mean, you still had a chance to make the playoffs. You're only 3-5. You know what I mean? You win this game tomorrow in New England, which I'll be there, and then you go and then I think you got your bye after that. Kind of get ready for the run down the stretch. You know what I'm saying, yeah. So I just think they're losers in this situation. But all right. Let's get to the games I'm looking forward to, though, in the NFL. Giants, Raiders. We just talked about them trading Leonard Williams. More of the Raiders, though. Now that they fired Josh McDaniels, which, Everybody knew that was coming. I'm surprised it came this early. I thought they were probably going to wait till after the season, but it was either him or Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams wanted out. They said, you know what? Well, I'm gonna get rid of the coach because he's obviously not doing what he's supposed to do. And yeah, so I think let's see. Then the Raider players are saying now they don't have to walk on eggshells. I don't even know what that means, and they can play free and have fun. Okay, let's see. I'm willing to see it. Obviously, Antonio Pierce, former player, he's the interim coach. I want to see how they react. I want to see how if their first game without Josh McDaniels is going to be. If there's new life in the building, new life on the field, we'll see. All right, second game I'm looking forward to. Cowboys Eagles. Why not? I mean, this division rival. Listen, the Cowboys need to win this game from a psychological standpoint because they teams like the Eagles and the 49ers who are physical, they bully the Cowboys around and straight punk them. This is a game that the Cowboys got to go in and match that physicality. Hit the Eagles in the mouth and show them, look, we here. We are here. Like I said, I picked the Cowboys to win the division. I picked the Cowboys to get to the Super Bowl. If not now, when they got to get this done. The last game I'm looking forward to is Bills and the Bengals. To me, in my opinion, the loser of this game, they're not going to make the playoffs. I think the AFC's too good, and even though their record will both be around 4-4, they'll be 500. I still think they're both gonna have long roads to climb to get to the playoffs. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. So if they lose this game, yeah, I don't think the loser makes the playoffs. I definitely don't, not at all. So those are the three games I'm looking forward to. All right, here's my locks for the NFL. I got the Rams +3 at the Packers. Excuse me. I got the Saints -8.5 hosting the Bears. I mean, listen, Saints got to cover this. You gotta beat the Bears. You gotta smash the Bears. You gotta put it on them. I got the Cowboys +3 at the Eagles. If not now, win. I got the Raiders. I'm just talking about them too. I want to see it. I believe it's gonna happen. I'm with you. -1.5 hosting the Giants. And again, I got the Sunday Nighter. I got the Bills +1.5 at the Bengals. I think the Bills get it done because I picked the Bengals. I didn't think the Bengals were gonna make the playoffs, and I still don't. They looking good though. They're proving me wrong so far. Starting to prove me wrong. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think the Bills get it done. All right. When we come back from the break, we're gonna do some NBA. We'll talk about the in-season tournament. James Harden has some things to say on his way out, getting traded to the Clippers. Joel Embiid didn't clap back, but he kind of had a rebuttal to it. We'll get into that and more. Plus, our bozos, my rants. Remember, like, subscribe, share, comment. Fanatical Massholes. We'll be right back.
Y'all fly forever.
Turn that shit
Y'all fly
up, Joe.
forever. Ayy, y'all fly forever. We real as it get. Never say never. We know for them hits. Feeling that weather you put on your fit. Y'all fly forever. Go get you the drip. Y'all fly forever. We real as it get. Never say never. We know for them hits. Feeling that weather you put on your fit.
Boy, still rocking with y'all. All right, let's get into it. So, as you know, James Harden was traded to the Clippers. Bunch of players went back to the 76ers. I think it's a good deal for both. I like what the 76ers did. They added more depth. I think, like I said, it's Tyrese Maxey's time. I like Robert Covington coming back with him too. Nicholas Batum. I like it. James Harden, obviously, Clippers get James Harden and PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker, defensive minded. It's more toughness. James Harden, I think he's a facilitator. He's formed into a great point guard who started out as a shooting guard. So I like to trade on both sides. But here's some things that James Harden had to say, and then we'll get into Joel Embiid's rebuttal. Hold on a second.
When I'm at Unleashed, I'm not meant just shooting the basketball every time. I meant like like I think the game and I'm a creator on the court. You know what I mean? So if I got a voice to where I can, hey coach, I see this, what you think about this? Then it's like, oh, okay. Somebody that trusts me, that believes in me, that understands me, that I'm just not I'm not a system player. I am a system. You know what I mean? So somebody that can have that dialogue with me and understand and move forward and figure out and make adjustments on the fly throughout the course of games. That's all I really care about. It's not about me scoring a basketball, scoring 30, 34 points. Like, I've done it already. So that's what I meant by that.
All right. So you heard from that was James Harden. So now let's look. So now here's Joel Embiid's kind of, I don't know if I want to call it rebuttal. He basically just kind of saying, praising James Harden, maybe not knowing where James Harden was coming from. Let's get this sound up. Hold on 1 second.
James Harden learned to know that it's not the way he was used last year. He voiced to the team. He was really not to be.
I don't think so. I think he did a lot of great things for us. But it's huge. Might have been coming from the way you felt. Chase off at what you say. But in my opinion, I just feel like, we allowed him to use some freedom stuff and we gave him the ball. Because it's really good. I mean, it's an amazing, obviously, being up there, like we're getting faster. Just give him the ball. If you watch again, we give him the ball every single possession. To go on and do his thing. And from there, he had to make decisions as far as, get his you can so pretty good job. Just getting us into just passing the ball. So I mean that's the reason why decided this year. So I think maybe that might have been a discussion between the coach and they realized.
All right. So you just heard from both of them. I mean, I'm trying to think from what I'm gathering from James Harden is that what he's saying, because there's a longer clip of him basically saying the sacrifice, having sacrifices for the team, basically saying he's not sacrificing anymore. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not putting words in his mouth. And then he also gets into what you just heard a soundbite where he says, I'm not a system player. I am the system. And then you hear Joel Embiid say, well, look, he had the ball in his hands all the time. We gave him the ball a lot. He made the decisions and, it's either pass the ball or do it himself. You know what I mean? But he had the ball all the time. Obviously, he did because he was the point guard. I feel like this whatever James Harden is saying, whatever he's talking about as far as the system and all that, I really just think he's more just mad at Daryl Morey. Just come out and say, listen, man, I don't really, I have my time. I have my time in Philly. I want to win a championship. All this, I'm a system. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Just come out and say, look, man, I wanted to win a championship in Philly. Daryl Morey stopped me from doing that. Or whatever. He wasn't with doing that. Or whatever. Not with doing that, but Daryl Morey wasn't committed to me long term to help Philadelphia win a championship. So I wanted out. He lied to me. Okay, say that. But all this, I'm not a system. I mean, I'm not a system player. I'm the system. Like, but you haven't won anything, you being a system. So maybe you need to go fit in a system and work within the system to help a team actually win a championship. Get back to the finals. He hasn't been to the finals since he went there with KD and Russ and Ibaka and them guys in OKC 11 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Or it's going on 12 now. So I just think what James Harden is saying, I respect what Joel Embiid said, though. Like, he showed number praise for him. He didn't come back at him. He basically just said, look, he had the ball. He could do what he did. He did a pretty good job. I think Joel Embiid just tired of the madness. 2 years in a row, he goes through this. Well, whatever. Not 2 years in a row, but 1 year with 2 years ago with Ben Simmons, and now fast forward to this season with James Harden. Like, Joel's tired, man. He just wants to move on. You know what I mean? I credit him for just not. I wouldn't say he took the high road. Credit him for just saying, look, man, James Harden did his thing. Now we move on. You know what I'm saying? Now we go. But for James Harden to say what he said, like, come on, man. Just go out there and ball. You need to fit in the system. You need to win. It's time to win, James Harden. It's time to win. Forget this. I'm not a system. I'm not a system player. I'm the system. How about you be a part of a system and actually help that team win a championship? That's my thoughts on it. All right. NBA in-season tournament cracks off tonight or gets underway tonight. I don't like the courts. Result, like the courts are horrible. Like I mean, I seen the Bulls, my Nets playing the Bulls tonight. I seen that it's all red. Like it's cool, but it definitely trips you out for a second. Milwaukee's wasn't that bad. Who else is all red? The Heat, Miami Heat was all red. I like the city jerseys when and they make you they wear the city edition jerseys. Like the Bulls is pretty dope. Miami's Heat culture that was fire. Um, who else? The Nuggets. The Nuggets city edition jerseys was nice with their court was all blue. Wasn't that bad, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of the court. Like I didn't think they needed to do all that, but whatever. And then we just kind of spice it up. Get obviously you want to get eyeballs watching this game, watching these games, this tournament. And I like that they're doing it on Tuesdays and Fridays when there's no football on. Obviously, baseball's done now. You still got hockey, but you're not fighting a bigger power in football. I like what they're doing. I like the days that they're doing it on. Hopefully the fans watch and are engaged as much as hopefully the players are. You know what I mean? Again, it's a tournament. I believe you win some money. So I'm looking forward to it. Some good games going on so far. Hopefully my Nets pull it out. I'm saying, hey, you know what I mean? That'll be something to kind of boost their confidence, or any team that wins it. Boost your confidence, going into the next part of the first half and on into Christmas and things like that. And yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I like it so far. It looks good. The couple minutes that it's been on, obviously, it's first night. So like I said, I'm just not a fan of the courts, but whatever. It's all good. All right. Switching gears though, real quick before we get into like my rants and all that other stuff. So MLB, what was it? Let me get to it. Get to the story. Shout out CBS Sports. MLB has 25 players most likely to be traded. So obviously it's Juan Soto. Let's go to the notables. Juan Soto from the Padres. Let me see. We got Mike Trout, Tyler Glasnow, and Manuel Margot from the Rays. Tyler Glasnow's a pitcher. Manuel Margot's center fielder. Let's see what else we got here. Corbin Burns and Willie Adames for the Brewers. Corbin Burns starting pitcher. Willie Adames shortstop. Shane Bieber started pitcher for the Indians. I thought he was getting traded last season, but he didn't. Dylan Cease from the White Sox. He had a good season. I thought he was. I didn't think he was gonna be traded, but yeah, that's a notable. Max Kepler and Jorge Polanco, like twins. You made the playoffs. Like, why you want to trade these guys away? Max Kepler, right fielder. Jorge Polanco, second baseman. Let's see what else we got. Notables. Obviously, we get to my team, the Yankees. We got who they got? Gleyber Torres and Kyle Higashioka. I mean, listen, Gleyber's been doing his thing. I mean, he gets a lot of crap, though. We give him a lot of shit in New York. Like Gleyber can't do nothing right, it seems like, in New York. So I think he might want to change the scenery, but I hope not. You know what I'm saying? I like Gleyber there. I still like Gleyber. Keep him at second base. I like Gleyber. I like Kyle Higgy too. Higgy didn't have that great of a year this season. I think he got hurt too as well. But yeah, I'm with. I don't think you should trade either one of those guys. But if you had to, I would say Kyle Higashioka. Let him go because you got Austin Wells and you got Ben Roosevelt, two guys that can hit. I would bring them up, and yeah, if you let him go, yeah, let him go. But I wouldn't let go of Gleyber Torres if I was the Yankees. Who else we got notables? And obviously the last note, Eloy Jimenez, White Sox, DH. Pete Alonso, the Mets, that's crazy. I mean, again, they talked about it last season when they kind of had their little fire sale, when they traded Justin Verlander and Matt Scherzer. Pete said he wanted to stay. I don't know. Let's see what the team offers him. Maybe he might be gone, but I don't know. That's kind of you. Pete Alonso's a cornerstone. You want something to build around. You need a player to build around. Pete Alonso's the guy for the Mets, I think. I don't think they should trade him. But obviously, the most notable is arguably Mike Trout. Depending on health, Mike Trout's one of the best players in the game, one of the best players to ever pick up a bat. So it'd be interesting to see what teams is going to be trying to put up a bid for him. You know what I mean? What I want the Yankees to, if he's healthy, of course, but it's just barring health. And the Yankees track record, Cashman, which, I can rant about that all the time. He's been known to sign a lot of injured players, and they don't get healthier when they come to the Yankees. The Yankees don't sprinkle some pixie dust on them, or the training staff does something different to make them more healthier. If not, they're more hurt, seems like. So yeah, those are the notable players. Who I think will likely be traded. I would say Juan Soto. Probably Juan Soto is most likely to be traded. Out of all them guys, if I had to pick anybody, Juan Soto. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. All right. So now, this Michigan sign stealing scandal. It's weird. I mean, you got the guy, Connor Stallions. They just fired him today. Basically on the sidelines of a Central Michigan game while they were playing Michigan State. My opinion, look, if the facts come out that they did something wrong and it's investigated, if it's investigated and the facts come out that they did something wrong, then yeah, you got to punish Michigan accordingly. Jim Harbaugh is probably gonna be fired. And the sanction should follow him to the NFL. If the evidence comes out that he had something to do with, who's complicit and all that, yeah, definitely come down on him. But it has to happen fast. I agree with Stephen A. Smith. He said it, if you listen to First Take, and anybody else who says it. You don't let it linger come into the Big Ten championship game. And if Michigan makes it that far, possible college football playoff, you don't want those questions coming up during the most important time of the college football season, that time. So, yeah, I think you got to get it done fast. Yeah, do your due diligence. Don't go slow. It's just, I need to hear more coming out. I mean, I don't know. It's just basically, I know it just says NCAA rulebook prohibits off-campus in-person scouting of future opponents and using electronic equipment to record those signals. I mean, then they accuse Connor Stallions of buying tickets to opponents' games for the purpose of filming teams on the sidelines. I mean, where did he get the hat for Central Michigan hat? And then how did he get to the sidelines? Like, if they knew who he was, how did he even get there anyway in the first place? That's what I'm saying. This whole thing is weird. Hopefully, the NCAA gets down to the bottom of it a lot faster than they normally work, and we can get this thing over with. It's a crazy situation. And like I said, if it's proven that they did something wrong, then yeah, Jim Harbaugh needs to be fired. And it needs to follow him to the NFL too. You shouldn't be able to coach in the NFL for a couple seasons. Maybe just a season. Again, it's sign stealing. I'm just saying, just everything that's been going on with Jim Harbaugh. Just let him go. Whatever. Suspend him. Maybe not fire him. Suspend him. If he leaves, say if he leaves to go to the NFL, that suspension should carry to the NFL too. I get it had nothing to do with it, but still, you don't want to reward him. Let him go to NFL if he's suspended for like 6 games next season. You know, maybe not fire him. I'm going too harsh on the firing part. But yeah, if he's suspended for 6 games of the next college football season, and he says, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to the NFL. That should follow him to the NFL too. You know what I'm saying? Or even if they say sit out the season, you do the 6 games, or you got to sit out a whole season before you can go to the NFL. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. So now, my rants, I'm ready about more of the Yankees. It's the Yankees again, man. Like, Yankees and the Commanders. Yankees. I just watched some former Yankees win the World Series. Again, shout out to the Texas Rangers. Shout out to Bruce Bochy, one of the greatest managers ever in my mind that I've seen. Taking 4 championships, taking 3 teams to the World Series, won 3 with the took the Padres in '98, got swept by the Yankees, but he went back 3 times with the Giants, won all 3, and obviously this year with the Rangers. Bruce Bochy's a hell of a manager. One of the greatest managers ever, in my opinion. Again, shout out to the Rangers. Lost 100 games last season. Came back and won the World Series. They spent a lot of money. This is the one instance where you say, all right, spending money works. This is the one time. I was talking about this with Marky a couple weeks ago. You know, the 3 teams with the highest payroll in the league, the Yankees, the Padres, and the Mets, didn't even make the playoffs. Rangers spent a lot of money. They not only made the playoffs, actually they finished in the wild card, but again, went on a run. They didn't lose any games on the road. They went 11-0 on the road. Crazy. That's unheard of. They hit the ball well. Their pitching was great when they needed it to. Jordan Montgomery, again, ex-Yankee. This thing, Aroldis Chapman didn't fumble it, didn't cough it up, throw a hanging slider to Altuve to get it hit out of the park in a game 6. I'm still mad about that. He was a Yankee. But anyway, congratulations to them. The Yankees, the former Yankees that won the championship. Congratulations to the Rangers. But this is about the Yankees. Brian Cashman. You let these players go and they're prospering in other places. Man, your picks aren't working, your trades aren't working. A lot of things you've done have not worked. Hal Steinbrenner, you have to do some soul searching here. You have to be the owner that has to get things done now. That has to take charge. Forget this analytics. I get analytics a part of the game, but if Aaron Boone is not managing the team like he's supposed to, if there's a sheet, it's basically saying, look, this is scripted. This player comes in at this time. This guy comes in at this time. Then tell Brian Cashman to come down and manage the team then, if that's the case. Because Aaron Boone's taking all the shit from everybody else, from me especially. I've been wanting Aaron Boone fired. But if it's Cashman doing it, then let Brian Cashman come down and manage his team, and let's see what he does. And then fire him. But I think they both should be gone. But if Aaron Boone is really not calling the shots, then let him call the shots. Let him actually manage the team. Let him go feel the game. Get a feel for it. Not just, okay, the script go like a robot. Robotic. The script says at this time, you're going to pull the picture. And when this happens, no. Come on, man. No. I get analytics part of the game. But it's about feel too as well. You know, it's about managing off your instincts too. Either let Aaron Boone do that or tell Brian Cashman to come down and manage the team then. I mean, that's how I feel about it. It's crazy, man. I'm tired of talking about the Yankees. I'm tired of ranting about the Yankees. But listen, we're going on 15 years of not even reaching the World Series, let alone winning one. Nah, you got to get back to it. We got to get back to it. Astros beat the brakes off us every time. Red Sox have won a championship. Red Sox have won two since we won a championship. Astros have won two. Braves won. Look at the Rangers. First time winning the championship. Lost 100 games. Orioles lost 100 games, was in the playoffs. I don't think the Orioles are done. I don't think they're going to fall back. I don't think the Orioles are going to progress and not make the playoffs next season. The Orioles are going to still be there again. The AL East is a tough division. Rays are always there. We're the bottom of the league payroll. Always there. You gotta do something different. Switch it up. And if it means getting rid of the general manager, I'm gonna say it again, then do it. Do it. It might be time for a new voice. It might be time for new leadership. All right. Second part of the rant is the Commanders. Again, so you gave up on the season basically by getting rid of your two best defenders, arguably, your two best defensive ends. I mean, again, I like Effie Adaba. I like Tuhill. Let's see what they do. But them two guys off the edge, fast, get to quarterback. Oh man, like it's bad all the way around. Like still in Washington. Like again, we are tired of being irrelevant. Let's hope this plan that works with ownership, because they say ownership had a hand in this. They wanted to trade these guys. They want to kind of hit the reset a little bit. We'll see. Let's see what you do with these 5 picks. Do something with them. And you're going to have $90 million in the cap space this offseason. Sign players. Again, don't just go out and willy-nilly just sign everybody, but sign players that we know are going to make impact and want to change this franchise around and get it back to what it used to be in the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s when we were respectable before Daniel Snyder. You know what I mean? Like, but this is a bad look. This sends a bad message to the fans when you trade away your arguably two of your best defensive players. You have nothing at tight and linebackers. They can't cover. I like Jamin Davis. I like Hudson. Excuse me. I'm not a big fan of Cody Barton. I'm not. But these guys can't cover at all. And then the D-backs, Emmanuel Forbes he's lost out there right now. He's lost. He's getting demolished and he's getting torched. He's getting bullied. AJ Brown was just manhandling him. It was even when you put 2 guys on him, he's getting roasted. He's been getting roasted. He got roasted by what's my man's name? Damn. For the Bears. Anyway, he got roasted by him. DJ Moore. He got roasted by him the whole game, that Thursday night game. And he got benched. Remember that? I mean, I read somewhere where Darryl Green said, "Look, let me get with him. I'll get him right. Then a couple weeks, I have him right." Do it. That should already been happening. That should already been there. Let's get you with him. Let's get you with him. Definitely in the offseason. Again, I like him. He's a ball hawk. I like what he did at Mississippi State, but it's a whole new league, bro. He's getting taken a masterclass by every receiver he's played. He's playing against right now. Seriously. Other than that first couple of games, we looked all right. That's against Denver. He hasn't looked that great. Got it. We should have went and got some DBs. We should have went for it this season, I think. In my mind, I want us to go for it. I'm tired of sitting back, laying back, hitting the reset button. Go for it. Get these wins, man. Get these goddamn wins. Excuse my language. Crazy. All right. Ran over. My bozo of the week is the San Diego Padres. The San Diego Padres spent a lot of money this offseason. So much so that they needed to take out a $50 million loan to cover their payroll. Yo. So they started the season with about a $250 million payroll, third most in baseball. But in September, the Padres had a third-party lender willing to loan the club $100 million. The team asked MLB for permission to receive close to the full $100 million, according to people briefed on the team's finances. MLB gave the team permission to draw roughly $50 million, which the league deemed a sufficient amount for the team to cover its expenses. And this report from The Athletic. Shout out The Athletic. What? Yo, if I'm a Padres fan, I am tight. So you basically just blew all your expenses on all these players. Shot your payroll all the way up there. Didn't make the playoffs, and now you owe? You took out a loan? Come on. Again, San Diego's not a big market anyway. So everybody probably wondering, how are they spending all this money? Again, it's major leagues. There's no salary cap, but it shouldn't be surprising, but it's funny as hell. And they're bozos for that. Come on, San Diego. Yo, that's crazy. I would be tight, because now how do you get out of it? Again, we just talked about the players that need to be traded. You can almost guarantee now. So Juan Soto's coming off their books. Tatis might have to come off the books. Manny Machado might have to come off their books. Yeah, it's almost certain that's probably going to happen. It might have to be a fire sale next season or this offseason coming up, period. Forget just Juan Soto, just to get back and clear their books off. But damn, you got to take out a loan to get these players, man. Come on, man. That's bozo-ness. Bozo-ish. They are my bozo of the week. Listen, thank y'all for joining me tonight. This has been the Fanatical Massholes Show. I'd like to again shout out my sponsors, Big Belly Barbecue, Young Fly Forever. Remember, like, subscribe, share, comment. We'll see y'all next week. Peace and blessings.
Y'all fly forever.
Turn that shit up, yo.
Ayy, y'all fly forever. We real as it get. Never say never. We know for them hits. Feeling that weather you put on your face.